The MRA slammed into her palms, heavier. Then she remembered it's bolt-locked, tight in a cruel jam. Dust from the collapsing wall still hung in the air, choking every breath. Somewhere beyond, the smoke, enemy rifles cracked, searching for her platoon. Her captain's voice had been calm when he tossed it to her, but his eyes told the truth. If she couldn't make this rifle sing again, they were finished. Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you're watching, for my love knowing who's listening. Her hands shook, not from fear, but from something older, something carved deep into muscle, memory. She had been here before in a different desert with different men at her side, and each time it was her finger, her eye, her judgment that carried the weight. They call her just a sniper, but 56 notches on a coin, tucked in her vest, whispered otherwise. She snapped the bolt free, forcing grit. From the chamber, her breathing slowed, heartbeat finding its rhythm against chaos. Around her, men shouted, ducked, cursed, but within her there was only silence, the steady countdown of her mind. She thought of the ones she couldn't save, the ones who haunted her in the quiet hours. And for a moment, she wondered, was she saving lives or just tallying ghosts? The captain crouched beside her, his rifle empty, his jaw set tight. He glanced at her, coin as it slipped from her vest, catching the light. A dull bronze disc, stamped with scars, each mark carved by hand. His face changed. Until now, he had only known her as quiet, reserved. But that coin revealed something else entirely. An unspoken ledger of 56. Confirmations, each carrying the unbearable weight of survival. The men around them hushed as if the coin itself demanded silence. Whispers carried through the smoke. That's her. She's the one that does. She locked the bolt back in place. The rifle's voice finally restored. The world narrowed. Through her scope, she saw them. Shadows against broken stone, advancing fast. One squeeze and another, each shot cut through the haze with finality, pulling her comrades back from the edge. The platoon rose with her, emboldened. Their movements no longer frantic, but synchronized like a tide reclaiming its shore. Yet even in victories rise doubt, knotted at her chest. Each target she dropped was a son, a brother, maybe a father. She had always known this truth, but the coin never let her forget. Was she a savior or simply another reaper? Walking among men, the captain's hand steadied her shoulder. You just saved all of us, he said, voice low, firm. Don't ever doubt what you are. And in that moment, the weight of the coin no longer felt like a burden. It felt like a testament, not to death, but to every life spared because she refused to falter. The last echoes of gunfire faded. Dust drifted lazily in shafts of sunlight that cut through the ruins. The men, shaken but alive, began to cheer, their voices ragged but full of something deeper than relief, gratitude. A cheer not just for survival, but for the silent protector they now understood, stood among them, because courage doesn't always roar. It steadies trembling hands and turns doubt into deliverance. And kindness doesn't vanish. It waits, and it finds its way back, even on the battlefield, through the touch of a captain's hand and the weight of a soldier's coin. She tucked the coin back into her vest, the mark still cold against her chest, but no longer unbearable. The same desert wind that had once carried despair now carried something else, hope. And as she walked forward with her platoon, she knew that this day, like every mark on that coin, would follow her. But for the first time, it no longer felt like a curse. It felt like a story worth carrying. If this story moved you, share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want more stories of hidden courage, make sure to subscribe, because here every tale reminds us that even in the darkest moments,